All right, I was a little bit worried, a little bit scared to play this match, which might sound surprising to you because you may look at it and go, "Yeah, well, you were going to win anyway because your rating's so much higher and this, and you're an Olympian and all that." But what a lot of people who spectate and haven't been at in an elite level in sport don't understand is that there's no guarantees in sport. It's like crazy things can happen, which is what makes 1v1 sport so interesting, right? Because you don't know what the result's going to be. And just because on paper you're a better player than someone doesn't mean you're going to win. And just because on paper someone's rated higher than you doesn't mean that you're going to lose, right? I used to hate it when people say, oh, you're playing against him? No, you're going to lose. You're playing against him? Oh, no, you're going to win. It's like, bro, shut up. How would you actually know? So that's what I used to really dislike as a player when I was an active player. So anyway, what made me really good at beating players that on paper I should beat consistently was the fact that I respected players even if they weren't rated, even if they weren't rated as high as me. Now that same like Asian upbringing, the respect everyone, was the same reason why I really struggled to beat players who were higher rated than me. It's like the match was there to be won, but then 2-all, 9-7 up, and miss some easy ball because my mind's like, I don't deserve to be beating him. And it's like, well, you just needed to win 2 more points. You literally talked and, you literally mentally talked yourself out of winning. These sort of things happen a lot. They're very common because we tend to put like status towards people and go, he's better, he's not as good, therefore you should lose to him, therefore you should beat him. And we actually get very surprised when we're like, oh, the players that we think are better than us are often not actually that much better, or they're not as good as we thought. Then the players that aren't as good as you can play because every match is different. They can play matches better than you think, better than you give them credit for. So anyway, I came into this match very focused, and I knew he's someone who attacks well from both sides. I saw him having some really big shots before, big shots in the previous 2 matches. So I took it very serious. From level, I was ready to just be really tight. If he hits a big shot here and there, it's okay. But I'm going to play my game and really serve long and short, be the one to get in first, put him under pressure from the get-go, serve low. And you see I'm already reaping the rewards, right? I'm already starting to win a lot of cheap points. And see here, I push short, which is a very important skill. And if they topspin at me, I'm also ready to keep following up. So that's a key element here. We're going to zoom out so you can see everything that happens. You'll see that I rarely win huge points that last really long. The points are generally short. So we'll zoom it out. We'll zoom it out a bit for viewers' pleasure and also educational purposes. All right, so tomahawk serve with topspin, short to the forehand. And if he banana flicks, he's coming out really wide. So then I just play cross court. Pretty good quality, not unbelievable, but also not low. So it's something I've trained a lot of. But you see how simple points are to be, how quick they are to win. See there, I ran around and got caught out. It's 7-1, I'm up, so I'm not like worried about it. I would have preferred to have won that point and been on top of him even more. But just next point. And a lot of club level players that you see that look really good, a lot of them do give you cheap points here and there. And honestly, like understanding how to cut them down and be a bit tighter in their game. When I say tighter, I mean a bit more difficult to get free points against, would honestly make them really, really good. So here, I'm just ready I'm trying to be ready to play 6 balls if needed, just knowing that you probably won't have to a lot of the time. So early on, what happens here, and here is most important. Like if he played that on, I was ready to play a hard forehand. Then from the start, I've put him under a lot of pressure. See, my short push at a pro level was not amazing, but it was definitely more than enough at club level to warrant an easy ball. And I could just See that one there? I'm actually going to replay that because that was, something that a lot of you struggle to do. So let's briefly look at it for you guys on YouTube. He served with side spin. I get on my left leg. I wait for the ball as long as possible. I'm not going to let it go past by my body and hit it behind me. But you see, I do then get my body into it, rip it. And I always ensure I hit it late, which helps me have my body and my racket close together to get a good whip on it. As well, I'm also fading it, which is a lot. I'm doing a lot at once. I'm just making it look easy, right? But for the purposes of coaching, it's like there's a lot more to this ball, and you guys struggle with long side spin services because you're not executing this stuff. It's not that you can do it in a match, but then in pressure you buckle. Because if I gave you 10 balls to smash and you were nervous, you'd probably still do well. It's because that exact shot, you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to apply those things to your own receive, and that's why you struggle, right? So looks easy, but there's a little bit more to it than we think. And we have to change the way we forehand and backhand topspin when different scenarios come. Like, see, I had to move my body out of the way there, right? It's stuff that I don't have to think about anymore. But I do think about it now because I'm a coach to teaching players this stuff. But I don't think about it if I have to do it myself. And it has to be that way because in a match, you don't get time to consciously think. You have to have it as an automated correct reaction. Now, if you haven't built these, it's not going to come out in a match. See there again, he served a rocket side spin, top spin serving. It was a really good serve. If you actually look at it again, let's do it. So we're looking at it in slow-mo, but you see the serve. He hits it from a high toss, hits it close on his side. Like, it was a great long serve. But then you see my core switch on and I just absorb it. I give him, his side spin back and I put my own spin on it. And that's why I'm able to handle that sort of stuff, which a lot of yous would have buckled. Yeah, that's not much needed to be said there. That's just really what I did. So I push short again and I just get in. Right, I put the ball away. I really, to me, it was a high enough ball where I could have really gone over and around it. It's typically what I teach as the rainbow when you put away semi-high balls or high balls. So here I'm continuing to serve short. He gives me an opportunity to attack because club level players don't know how to push short successfully. And by push short, I mean push the ball back low with 2 bounces so opponents can't attack. So they always let me attack every time. And I play a lot of those balls into their middle because that's where humans react the slowest. So that's a hack you guys can use. So here I'm just spinning up his long serve. He blocks. I'm ready to play another one. Let's have a look at it again. So it was an ugly receive, but whatever. I still kept the ball back short. He gives me a chance to. I am like 8-1 up. So, I just ripped that one and I'm like, cool, this goes in. There's no scoreboard pressure on me. It's like, okay, even though I knew I'm going to win, there was a tad bit of pressure. Because it's like, I want to be seen, obviously. Well, I'm a human being. I want to be seen killing people, winning quite easy. And I don't want the opposite to happen, right? So there you go. Now I'm just really dominating the point, keeping my serve short. There's nothing you can do to pressure me. I just keep going. Every long serve, get in. It sounds simple, but it's something that's really hard to do well. But you guys can. If you try and start doing it, it's something you can start trying to do. Right? If you want more help, go to my free school community. There's obviously free version. There's obviously a more one-on-one version. There's all of these. So there are options out there. If you're stuck for help, don't just keep getting stuck for help. Stuck and saying, I keep losing. It's not for me. Actually ask for help from someone who has taught it and has been there himself through the struggles that you have, been on the other side, and has also taught students how to do the same. Many, many. So anyway, back to the game. I'm losing a little bit of focus because that can happen sometimes when you're in such a big lead. So it's about like 10-4 or something. I'm just like, all right, just win the next point. So that's what I do. I get in. I'm able to top spin against any ball that is half long and long, and I trust myself to do it. If I miss, I know exactly why I missed. But that's the skill that you guys want to develop. If you're stuck in matches and you're spending more of your training time doing exercises like backhand, middle, backhand, forehand, you're wasting your time. And let me repeat that again. You are wasting your time because you're practicing the things that don't start a point. And if we look at most of these points, they're over within the first 2, 3, 4 shots. They rarely go past more than 5. So why are you practicing more of the things that happen from shot 5 or 6 onwards, especially when you can only practice twice a week? Because with twice a week, 3 times a week, even once a week, I'd rather do that well with the right exercises that are going to help you in games than 6 times a week but doing useless crap. Right? And I might sound harsh here, but it's true. Like, being able to run around and return the serve with your forehand against the long side spin serve. Being able to serve the ball short and low, know what's probably going to come back and put pressure on your opponent straight away. This is the stuff that I'm doing. This is literally all that separates me from you guys. Right? That's it. But I obviously do this stuff very well. And if you look at, I used to think if Marlong hit a forehand and I hit a forehand, that it'd feel very different to block against. And truthfully, it doesn't. But the difference between someone like myself and a Marlong is the margins. The margins for error that he puts on you compared to what I put on you. Now, to someone who's at a club level, it's probably actually going to feel the same whether you play me or Marlong. But when you're at my level or higher, you then feel the difference between me and Marlong. You feel that big difference. Right? It's like a video game. You don't know what's at level 99 until you get close enough. Right? That's the truth. And some of you hearing might not like it and might suddenly dislike me for saying it, but it is matter of fact. So anyway, I'm more rambling on because more of the same stuff's just happening again and again and again and again. I'm winning points from exactly the same stuff. And if I'm losing points, it's very much because I'm just missing. So yeah, you guys can see how this is how I shut down a player who has big strokes, but you can literally strategically and also by tightening up your game, beat these kind of players very, very easily. So yeah, we got about 33 seconds 33 seconds in the video, less now. And here I'm trying to exhibition, but I didn't think we quite had much success. So key takeaways, always look to get in with a good spin every time they top spin. Be able to know when to go up and when to go forward. Serve a lot short and also mix it long to put pressure on them, but serve short knowing what's probably going to come next, whether you serve backspin or topspin, and be ready to attack, and you will win a lot of matches from this.